Well, it started, we're a boys' club in Edinburgh, Hutchison Vale, and we used to train at Cramond in the same time Rangers did. I think there was a Rangers based in Edinburgh. So every Friday night, used to send a couple of the boys up to go and train. So I went up one night, it must have done alright, so Jim Dovney took me through to train through at Ibrox, the AstroTurf across at Ibrox. So that started once a week and then progressed to twice a week, and then progressed to the Development League on the Sundays as well.
You must have other options, but I guess Rangers was obviously still a massive club. It was a great option for you at the time.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't think I did.
Really?
No, well, I trained with like a couple of other teams, but obviously I wasn't very good. So it just happened that night. I must have done something right for Jim to see something. So
it's obviously difficult for any young goalkeeper, of course. But how would you look back in your early time at the club before your loan spells?
It was obviously difficult because back then, I think right at the start, you could just buy anybody at any time. There wasn't a transfer window. So if somebody got injured, they would just go and buy somebody. So obviously it was difficult in that respect. But you're getting the best. You came here because you get the best coach. I remember Hodgie at the time. It's based sort of when full-time goalkeepers used to goalkeeper coaches. That was sort of the beginning of that sort of era. So that was a big factor as well in coming to Rangers.
You're obviously desperate to play, even though you're a young man at the time, and you went to St Johnstone and Dunfermline. Looking back, how beneficial with those loan spells for you?
I think they were. If I never done it, would have got a chance to play. I don't know. So in that respect, I think definitely the best thing to do for any young kid really. Yeah. If they're not playing, I think games is a priority really. Wherever you might get them.
You managed to play a lot of games during both those spells, but you were still in and around the club, and you were kind of there for Helicopter Sunday, that type of thing. So you were kind of learning what was happening at Rangers while playing at the weekends as well, weren't you?
Yeah. St Johnstone was the first 6 months, so that was 2004, 2005. So I came back for the second half of 2005, which was very good.
That worked out quite well, didn't it?
That worked out no bad,
Is it tough to be a backup goalie at that time, because you're obviously sitting on the bench and you've got Stefan playing and you've got Ronald Waters playing at the time, but you're just itching to play yourself, aren't you?
Yeah, but I suppose at that age I knew the script really. I knew that they were going to play regardless, so you just you take it to chin and keep working away in training and try to show the gaffer that you're good enough. But you couldn't write that. And I knew I wasn't going to play when I came back for St Johnstone, and probably, and rightly so, do you know what I mean? But it was still an unbelievable occasion to be part of.
Absolutely. Robbie McCrory's obviously following a similar path to you just now, currently on loan at Livingston. How beneficial do you think that can be for him?
I think I said to him, and Colin as well, I think it's a must. To go out and get experience, to play games. I think it'll be really good for his career, massively beneficial for him.
He's settled in really well, and obviously he plays with the Scotland under-21 side. You've trained with him obviously a lot of the time. How highly do you rate him?
Very highly. The first day when I came in, we were in Cala, Spain for pre-season, and he looked very, very good. I was really impressed with him. So hopefully he can progress and move on and keep his feet in the ground and do really well.
Did training with guys like Stefan and Ronald back in the day help you as well progress and develop?
I think it did. I think just watching the guys train and also before games, Stefan's focus was very quiet and just focused on what he had to do and got on with his job. That really stuck with me, to be honest with you. The concentration he had.
Did he pass on his advice as well, or was it more kind of leading by example?
I think it was more leading by example. Obviously, he sees some stuff now and again in training or whatever, but no, I was just really looking and see what he does.
Yeah. Is it different now, do you think, from when you broke through, or is it the same kind of journey goalkeepers have to do? Obviously, they have a longer career than kind of outfield players, but is it the same steps you have to take, do you think?
Probably. A lot of the young boys are away on loan as well. There's maybe 5 or 6 of them out on loan to try and get experience and play games. So again, that can only be beneficial for the club and for the player himself.
Can you remember back to when you got the call to finally go up to the first team squad and what that meant to you after all the years of hard work and dedication you'd put in? You obviously guys like Neil Alexander's in their study as well. Does that help in a competition to push you on to stay at the top of your game too?
Yeah, it does. I don't really think about it. I think just go and train and do your best, and then it's up to the manager to do what he does or decides who plays or whatever. So it's good because we nearly got on brilliantly. I think I've said this before, but at every club I've always got on with the goalkeepers. There's no been any, because at the end of the day it's nobody's fault if nobody's playing. It's up to you at the end of the day, the gaffer's choice. So no, we had a great relationship.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing though, if a goalie makes a mistake it's highlighted more, isn't it? If outfield players make a mistake it's maybe not as serious, but everything's on the goalie because the last line of defence, isn't it? So you have to kind of learn from these occasions as well. Yeah,
and once you do make a mistake, or if you do, you just, it's obviously difficult, but you just need to forget about it and go on with it and make sure it doesn't happen again, learn from it. We're only human, everybody makes mistakes, me more than most, but you just need to forget about it.
You look at the facilities that's on offer for some of these young players now at the training ground, it's quite an exceptional place to come in and work, isn't it?
It is. You probably not realise it till you're not here anymore, the facilities. So you're trying to drive people to get to the first team and get there, and because honestly, once you go away from here, you'll soon realise the facilities are not the same.
What does it mean to you to have played so well for Rangers and win so many trophies and do so well over 2 spells now? Because it's a long career you've had here, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you probably reflect on things when you're not playing anymore. Just now I'm focused for training and doing the job and trying to win every game. So I think you'll think about that more when you're not doing it anymore.
Well, RYDC has donated around £9 million to the academy since 2002. But you've seen a lot of players yourself coming through, wee Burkey, Charlie Adam, Allan Hutton, guys like that. It's always great to see homegrown talent progress as well, isn't it? You've seen a lot of that in your time.
Yeah, it's obviously good on myself as well, to be fair. But it's good to give the boys a chance, the best chance they can have to make it. And as I said, touched on before, it's realising what a chance you have here, and I think we've seen over the couple of years of Gaffer's been here, he'll not be shy in playing any young boys, so that must be a great boost for him as well.
That's right, we've seen guys like Nathan Patterson move up to the first team this season and get a chance, and it must be great to see guys like that kind of keep the squad youthful as well.
What you trying to say? No, it is, and he's done really well every time he's came up. So and there's always a few of the young boys training with us every day as well. So it must give them a boost. And wee Dixie's up, Barger's been there for ages, Mail's up, although he's out on loan now. Even Glenn Middleton. So it's good for the youth side that they're all coming up and taking part.